everyone, and welcome back to Shogun 2 Fall of the Samurai with the Fall of the Dragon Empire mod. Today we'll finally be able to take care of this most northern clan, the Matasume, which has been a thorn in my side, attacking my trade. Interesting enough, they are not trading with anyone. Their only trade, I guess, is taking my trade. It's a very resource-rich island. They've got two deep iron... not iron ore. They've got one iron ore and two coal deposits. And I think there's only like 6 coal deposits in total on the map. So there's 2 up here. There's 2 down there. There's 7 actually. There's 7 coal deposits. And taking these 2, I will take a big chunk of all the coal deposits that are in the world. So that's a good start. Also, iron. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 of them. I will hold 2 after this, hopefully. And jacuzzi hideout here. So all the jacuzzis being built, I'll have a lot of them. No. But anyways, I've prepared now. We've got an army each, at least, at each town ready to land. All their ports are blockaded. We've got an additional naval force here ready to bombard and keep bombarding this place, because I feel like the faction leaders area is probably the most defended one. As you can see, it also got extra armies. We're gonna do that landing last. As I feel like this is going to be the toughest area. There's also going to be... We're going to have to look out for the enemy's agents, which could assassinate us. I've already landed 2 assassins. They have yet to find anyone. I did land one of my military advisors by accident instead of the assassin here. He got killed. So they do have assassins. So that's something to keep an eye out for. So we're gonna start by landing from the north and doing the sieges one by one, and we're gonna wait with the 2 down south, because these 2 are within distance of these armies to come in and pile on those armies. So we'll do the 3 here in first, hoping that maybe we will be able to get these 2 to actually start marching this way, or be able to take them on one by one, perhaps. Or that's my idea anyway. So we're gonna start by taking out the northern part. With that, last time around we dealt with the Chinese. In terms of what's happened there, nothing much, but I have, as you might be able to tell from the map, I've been able to take Taiwan. So I was able to send over my army and take this island. The town here was rather large. It had 4 slots, and I'm building this to be a military base, entirely a military base. So we're going to have military port and recruitment training camp, cannon range and so on, and I'm also building out the fortification to make sure that the island stays mine. In terms of what's happened here, it's stationary. I have not tried to gain any more territory against the Chinese. However, this area for a bit actually switched over to the British. I've ordered the British, ordered them. I had to pay them to go ahead and join my war against the Chinese, and they actually sent an army over here. This army is still hell-bent on trying to take this one, even though it can't. But the British did send an army up here. I like how I think it's the Sepoy. He's kind of peeking there on the unit card. It looks a bit odd. While the other one's standing, in the middle of the card, he's sort of peeking there. Hello, you can't see me. Right. So, but as per usual, I don't want to lay any focus in China, but China keeps laying focus in China. Of course, it makes sense, being Chinese and all. But perhaps we will have to work harder against the Chinese. I keep working on the police officers here by raising revolts. They get put down immediately almost. So that's not going too well for me. But yeah, in terms of this, I had plans potentially or trying to attack the important settlements. But the thing is, the only places that you can land is around the ports, and there's not a lot of ports in China. We have the Hong Kong one, and then we have our own. But then the next port, as I've been traveling all across here, trying to find there, seemingly in the middle of nowhere, there's a port right here, which I can land. And I've been continuing looking for ports, and I can't find any. I find the Prussians here, which have built out their settlement here quite a lot. So I'm hoping that maybe there's a port closer to here where I could potentially attack and take out the Prussians, which I've tried to pay them off to not be at war with them, but that seemed to not really work. They are pro-shogunate, so I don't know why we are fighting. But then again, you know, I wonder that with a lot of the clans. Overall, there's one more point before we go ahead and start this off. I have noted that our allies, the Fukuyama, are actually losing ground here against the Nobioka clan that has taken control of most of this island right here, and is now slowly but surely traveling up the side here, and they are not friendly to us. So overall, while we have a very strong position, it looks like the pro-shogunate forces are actually losing ground in the south. I was hoping that they would be able to take care of that. At the same time, though, these are a little bit of a fickle ally. They are not too happy with me. Threats of attack, they've threatened to attack me, and they keep breaking the alliance, which have brought down our relationship quite a bit. Now the fact that they're slowly dying, I sort of like it, I sort of don't like it, because I do not really want to be embroiled with more wars here, but it looks like we're gonna have to go ahead and cleanse out this part as well from any loyalist to the Emperor. With that said, finally, let's go ahead and start this invasion. So we're gonna start with Izzy's army. It's gonna go ashore here, and I'm gonna see about getting the agents off the boats as well. Oh, I have to embark the agents one by one. Holding the port is not actually that important. I could merge the fleet and perhaps be able to send one agent per boat or ship. Right, and then we land this one, which is never named. I had an idea of naming it after a what's it called? A YouTube member. However, I wanted it to be voluntary, and no one stepped up to the plate. So he's just Hadayashi or whatever. Still. Right, so these two armies have landed then, and then finally for this first bit here, we're also gonna have Percival land here. And I would have liked to land some of the agents, but that's the start here. We're gonna see how they react if they start to send the armies after us up north, or what's really gonna happen. As we keep doing this and we take these areas out, it's gonna be, we're no longer gonna need to hold down the port, so I can merge the fleets there and move them around to bombard the enemy. Currently I've been bombarding the castle, but I'm questioning if I should actually start bombarding the armies in the open and trying to bring them down, which could be very effective before a battle. With that said, we have started the invasion, and it's now time to end turn. Very bad miscalculation here. I'd completely forgot about, because the seasons are kind of odd, or at least the modifiers for them, I completely forgot that I had to take into account winter conditions. And one turn into my invasion, we have winter. We have a police officer who gained rank, enemy assassin detected, that's more important, and the fact that it's on this island. Makes it even more scarier. Next to one of my generals. That's really bad. Also, you can see here that the armies down south have now moved north. So they did respond to me landing my forces. I have a 47% chance of assassinating this guy. It failed. That puts a lot of pressure on that general. Because this looks like it's pretty darn good assassin. He's actually pretty mid on everything. They haven't particularly moved him towards anything. He's got 1 extra star in everything. Even looks kind of sad and depressed. Let's see. His path is blocked. Army discovered. These are those armies discovered. Ah, yes. There was a movement here. There was a British army that was destroyed about here. The thing is, the British armies still stay hidden after whatever they moved, but I'll still see like the area around it, which is interesting. But right now there's Chinese armies in between here and British armies all hiding in this area. I have no idea where they are. So yeah, this one still remains here, but there could be fighting going on here. Right, let's see. So, oh, that's interesting. I thought they had 2 extra armies here, but they have moved these 2. So could be that, huh? Odd. Right, we'll land the rest of the forces now. And see about landing some more of the agents. We'll merge this fleet, ride it up to the fort, and bombard. And then we start laying the siege. And I'm gonna bring in the cavalry, just basically for the general to get some experience. Not that I think I'll be able to use the cavalry in the siege. Before we go ahead and siege here, sabotaging the castle gates. Yeah, a lot of my assassins, I haven't been able... They are recruited from buildings that I find very useless for a modern army. So I haven't put a lot of work into building these guys up, because I haven't even really had the opportunity to recruit them. Let's see, what agent should I put across here? Probably the police officer is the one that will have... Oh, there we go. As long as I don't land an army, they seem to be fine. That was unnecessary. I was supposed to merge the fleets, not bombard the port. But no, we got 2 siege going. This one will get support of artillery. Here, we have a little bit of a problem, because here we have to fight through this, and we'll have to deal with the assassin. The thing though is, it looks like these guys are actually going towards the faction leader, and it could even be that the assassin is heading that way. So I could actually, potentially, be safe from this. I'm gonna go... We just hit the bodyguard. That's interesting. Specifically targeting Goto. Oh, that army is kind of shit. Old wooden cannons. Right. I think we should land all armies. So at this point, we're gonna land them all. Right. And I could bombard the fortress, but I feel like we could probably get a better... Oh, they have Armstrong gun. Frankish cannon? How old are these guns? Frankish cannon, they took that out of a French museum. I built some stuff. Right. Nothing super important that I need to look at right now. Right, with that, we're gonna start with these 2 sieges, and then we're gonna have to attack here. I would prefer it if I did as many sieges as possible and as little battles as possible, just because a battle's going to take a lot more time, and I would hope to avoid as much of that, because we would then lose less troops. I think we'll start with this one. I think this one is the one that has the best chance of success, even though I think both of them have pretty good chances. This one has exceptional chance of success, I would say. Even though the bowman makes me a little bit scared. And, oh, you know what? It's all Sempetai tier 2 units. Okay, now this became a lot worse, because the Sempetai, or all the tier 2 units, have increased range, while I only have special detachments with increased range. And it looks like this is a full-size army for the castle. And I started this in the winter. Suddenly, my chances of success have definitely changed. But we'll attack here and see how it goes. If this goes belly up, this is it's very bad. Right. Anyways, here comes the first siege, and it will give us an idea of what we're looking at. Here's the result of that siege. We deployed 7,000 men against their 6,500. We ended up losing 2,375. However, the entire enemy force was slaughtered inside. You can see the heavy casualties on my troops. One unit, unfortunately, completely lost. And then a number here down even below 100 men. So very high losses. Highest kills goes to the Guard Zouaves, both of them killing close to 800 men. Followed by some units here, more Guard Zouaves. Empress Dragoons, even though I barely moved them into the fight, were able to get quite a lot of kills. I think the high casualty rate for our side is because of the melee. Rather than being able to shoot down our enemies, we were stuck in melee fighting, and my gamble to send in all the troops blocking them from the what's it called? The capture point did not work, because they were able to swing around there on one side and actually take control of it. I think that my troops held out long enough that had I just made a more uniform wall as they moved up and blocked the point from them moving in on it, I think I would have been able to do it. And we would have probably saved quite a lot of men. Nonetheless, we have captured our first area. And the thing is, our replenishment rate is pretty good, even with this. I'm going to go ahead and repair that. I wonder what building got destroyed, something that I cannot have, apparently. We're going to go ahead and repair this. The barracks. As a secondary building. I'm not sure what I would get, but that's not the important bit. Now, the cavalry force, without the general, could actually go ahead and aid this army for the second battle, which I think would be very necessary, actually. So while I would want to see this guy make more experience, it's more important that this army is successful in its battle, because this is not the Chinese. These are all like Senpai tier 2 units, like all of it, and then a lot of bows. And with the attack that I'm going to do here, I'm going to be forced to fight all three forces. So we're definitely going to need all that cavalry coming in for the secondary fight. I think we should probably aim at this army, I think, for the start fight. Or perhaps not, because these guns will not be able to reinforce if I attack this guy instead. Although, if it's more likely that I'll be able to call in the cavalry in a good way if I attack from this side. So cavalry will move up to here, and then the general will attack this force right here, and we'll see what happens. I'm a little bit worried for this fight right now, because they have a lot more bowmen. I think they had an exceptional high amount of the tier 2 Senpai units in Imbury Castle compared to what they have. That's the coal mine. It's almost invisible compared to what they have here. Right, but we cannot linger any longer, so let's go ahead and see. The thing is, though, it could be better to bring these guys to battle in the open, because it would be a lot easier to slay them here than to fight them within the castle. I have about 7,000 men against their 14,000, so there's 2 Japanese soldiers for every one of the French. And with that said, let's go ahead and have our secondary battle. Well, as it turns out, I start with the good ground. I start with the highest hill. I can place my artillery here. It's wonderful. We got an additional hill here on the side. lots of open ground on the right. Not very good ground for the enemy. You know what? Let's go ahead and move forward. I've put my old guards in the middle. And then we're gonna put the regular troops in just a long line that I'm gonna stretch for as far as I can. I'm gonna put the guards then a little bit further forward as the enemy moves forward. Actually, I should do the other way around, shouldn't I? The guards should be in the second line and the regulars should be in the first. Be able to shoot above each other. And then the entire cavalry force, the Riders of Rohirrim. Oh shit, we're getting I was hoping I could take that hill. Looks like I won't. Lancers down into that gully. And then I will have to order these troops this way instead. Right, my guard grenadiers destroying the troops ahead of us. My artillery should be firing shrapnel into that mess. There's actually what are these? These guns are awful. I'll just move into cavalry to take care of that. So there's a large force coming here. I'm going to set these up like that, and we've got a guard unit and we'll be set that way. So now we've got 5 units focusing that way, and then I will move the guards slightly here. Okay, that unit got completely destroyed by that. Wonderful. Okay, we've got the guns here are more protected, so I'm gonna fire the shrapnel shot on them while I'm sending in the cavalry to deal with these. We do have a Sempetai unit that's setting up there. I will order them into a charge and them into a charge here to deal with that. The terrain is saving a lot of my cavalry troopers. I think they only managed to actually shoot 2 men. I'm hoping here that the guns break rather quickly and then route through the secondary unit. The secondary unit is almost routing now as well. I'll move this one around and then strike for the second unit. Alright, let's go ahead and take a look. Okay, we are facing the enemy here. I've set up wonderful amount of units to fire down on it though. Let's make sure that we don't lose these 2 cavalry units. Shattered. Right, there's no point in remaining there, so these ones will be moved back. Synchronized firing. God damn. Very good, very good, very good. Let's move in the lances then. I'm sorry for the fact that normally I always mention, you know, this is it's lancers and so on. But because unlike the other games where you can actually name them, here you can't. So I have a hard time keeping track of everyone, even though there's not that many actually. So I should be able to, but then there's slightly, you know, the fact that I don't have the easy sheet or being able to remember by the name. Right, we're gonna hold fire just here as the lances come in. Yeah, they're all kind of already breaking. Now the lances will go in and kill them all. Artillery is probably better focused on firing on this line here. And here goes the lances. Unfortunately, these armies right here, where they needed to have the good charge bonus, I have none. They are all located in the other armies. So the big field battle here is the battle where I don't have. Oh, a gun. Nice. Take that out. Let's make sure that we don't lose too many of the lances. Alright, let them go, and then we ordered this part of the line to fire again. The lancers regrouping. Are they gonna send out any more juicy guns that I can destroy? The lancers actually lost quite a lot of men. How many did they kill? Around 300 each. Sounds good. Keep an eye so there's no more reinforcement. Looks like there's reinforcements coming out from this area. Ah, here we go. There's another imported gun. Focusing on the imported artillery. Are they sending their troops forward? No, they are not. Also, they made their line in a quite different angle, so we will match the angle, as I now no longer have to worry about here, or at least so I think. I'm gonna move it like that. And then we're gonna organize the guards like that. My cannons should be firing on the enemy over here. Got a number of guns moving forward. Cavalry should be moved into play. Those two are still tired. The thing is, as much as I would like everyone to come and attack from the same direction, I think it's probably better to have to spread it out and attack all along the line. Although the way you're looking right now, I'd probably be able to take out a lot of these forces without even they seem to slowly just walk into to my fire here. They're all over, kind of trying to reorganize. Let's attack and take this hill, actually. The troops on the back side are not really able to do much here. Hold that one off. Wonderful. Strike there, and then strike across there. The infantry is moving up. Order the cavalry to charge through. With the heavy snow, it's kind of hard to keep a track on everything. We are receiving some fire over here. Lancers start to get really tired, but at the same time the units here are also starting to break. One Lancer is down to 39 men, though 36. We'll order that one to leave. With the other two moving back here to take on the archers.
Running from the battlefield, sir.
Yeah, he might as well run. I'm surprised these haven't there they go, finally give way. Oh, he came back. I'll order you to the back now, order these units to set up and fire down here. I think though that we should try and actually start kind of the main fight, if you will. gonna order the troops if you are not really able to fire, so I'm gonna order you to this hill. Make sure that everyone can fire. So now we've started the firefight. The firefight in the long run, we're not gonna actually be able to win, I don't think. Just because of the fact that the enemy has longer range, probably a higher accuracy. So I will move in the cavalry to rectify this. It looks like I was able to gain the ground on the enemy rather quickly, and their superior range have not worked out for them. Is there reinforcements coming out from here? No? Hopefully this is it. Right, the cavalry's setting up. So I'll have the first wave. Kind of just going in, taking out this. And then as soon as that is broken, the second wave will go in, try and come up behind, and then swing around to hit them in the back. So I'm hoping this is enough here. We're gonna pay special attention to... oh, what? I forgot to move him in. Right, move there. Okay, we have trouble breaking through. The charges did not work as well as I'd thought. But now as the additional units join in. Oh, they're breaking. They're all breaking now. Where's the one with the super charge bonus? Oh! He'll be over before he joins. I don't know what these guys are made of, but they've held up 2 units for so long. Ordering in a total of 5 units against them. Alright, it's up to the cavalry now. So we should order the troops to hold fire. And let the cavalry deal with the retreating troops. We won the battle. So it worked a lot better to deal with the enemy on the field of battle. We were able to beat them within 15 minutes. Now let's make sure here that as few of these enemies as possible leave the field. Unfortunately, it looks like there's tons of them over here that are leaving the field. A lot of guns destroyed and a lot of troops killed. And hopefully this will make it so much easier for me to take this castle. Some of them are returning. Now the cavalry is too far away, so I'll order the infantry to start firing again. Right through here. There's where most enemies are. Right. Another victory. So even though the conditions were really bad, we're starting to turn this military campaign around. This was only counted as an heroic victory. I deployed 7,000 men against close to 15,000, missing one man to be 15,000 exactly. I ended up losing 800 men. Only 800 men lost, while the enemy lost close to 12,000. I have a force remaining of about 6,000, while the enemy is now down to 3,000. Let's go ahead and see who killed what. Guard Grenadiers, 800. Guard Grenadiers, 800. Lancers, 600. Sabre Cavalry, 600. And so on. Everyone but the general got a kill. Really good. I don't know why the other ones was decisive and this one was just heroic. It's going to be interesting to see though. Also, that the army we attacked completely destroyed. The remainder of the troops inside the castle, not enough to withstand my attack. Now they spawn in some militia crap, but this will easily be won. The cavalry is actually in a position to ride this down, which is wonderful. And oh, this is even just an outer assault. But it would be cool at the same time and see all that cavalry come storming down. What? I should have played that one. I lost half my force. There's no way I would have done that badly in the actual fight. Jesus Christ. They should hurry back here. And what I'll do is I can place you in there and now you get replenishment. However, fully replenishment, 23 turns. That force will... The thing is though, I'm gonna replace all these cavalry units for the ones with the exceptional charge bonus. So it's not that bad that a lot of these dies because I'm... Well, I mean it's bad that they die, but I'm gonna replace them eventually with these guys. So it's not that bad that they... Well, it's bad that they die. I don't know why I'm trying to make it... It's not that bad that I lost 800 cavalry troopers. Right, let's go ahead and conduct some sieges. Now, it's always a slow progress to break into a castle, but we were able to break this one as well. It definitely helped a lot that the garrison had been more or less slaughtered in the field battle beforehand. So slowly but surely we are able to capture this castle as well. As the result of that siege is a decisive battle. 4,500 deployed for us, while 4,100 deployed inside the castle. We lost about 300 men, and the enemy lost their entire garrison, with the Guard Grenadiers doing a lot of the heavy lifting. So that town falls to us as well, and we get the coal mine. Wonderful. Trying to repair that castle. Field Artillery Police Officer. This one though is spreading pro-shogunate. Wait, I am... Oh yeah, that's one of the good thing about invading this island. They're all pro-shogunate, so we don't have to worry about that. This attack though, or this taking of this castle, revealed something. Namely, there's a force halfway in between here. Now, we'll go ahead and deal with this one as well. And then, well, unfortunately, have to receive a counterattack by the enemy before I'm able to strike once more and end the enemy completely. With the attack here, if I could, I should actually start to move the ships, because I want to organize these ships to be able to bombard here. Same with these ships. Should actually be moved to prepare to bombard. God damn it. Why is it moving that way? It should be... You know what? Hold the port for now. But we'll be able to concentrate on these two areas. Right, another bloody siege. And here's the result of that siege. This ended up being the absolutely worst one. I was unable to redirect the forces within the castle or divert them efficiently enough. And so I had to charge the walls head on with troops manning them. And this is how what happened. We deployed 4,300 men. Probably the smallest siege force we've had. The enemy had 6,400 men. We ended up losing more than half our force. Almost 75% actually. 2,800 men lost. 1,500 remaining. The enemy of course lost everything. I even had to call in the cavalry at one point to try and break through and save the army. That's how close it was. And you can see the numbers here. We're missing one unit, but I can't see that one was dead. So it could have been that I miscalculated when I was reconfiguring the armies. And I simply forgot to put that extra unit in the army. Highest kills, guard engineers, saber cavalry, as I said. I had to call them in. We have one here at 320. But even with such terrible result, the castle is still ours. And that's the important thing. Because it's a pretty important castle. It has a lot of different buildings on it. The replenishment rate is not that great actually. It's greater for the... I will though, hopefully, be able to... Not within the range of what I'm imagining for this campaign though, or for this specific military campaign. I was hoping I'd be able to do this in one video. However, as it turns out, this was a lot harder than I thought. Is that's a Russian courtesan? How has the Russian courtesan made it here? What? Exiled from Russia? God knows. Right, the northern part is secure. We'll have to end turn and wait for a counterattack, and then for the secondary we will have to attack here and here. Here though we will get the support of the navy, and I'll be able to hopefully organize all the ships to be ready to bombard the 2 remaining areas, and hopefully we will capture this island without anyone of my generals having to be assassinated. But with that said, I've plenty enough material for a video, so yes, it's time to end this show. And so I say, as I always say, hopefully you guys enjoy this, and hopefully I'll see you guys for the next one. Bye.
Garde à vous! Quelques balles et vous regretterez ces moments de repos.